Cochrane Stadium. We are live in Bowling Green, Ohio. The quarterfinals in the MAC men's tournament here. And we welcome you to a freezing cold Bowling Green, Ohio. There are a few folks in the stadium. We expect that they'll continue to trickle in. My name is Steven. I'm joined by my colleague Chip. Chip, how are you?
I'm cold.
I'm cold too. I think we're going to be standing during this one. We're standing in the booth kind of bouncing around. We got our hoodies and our jackets and our hoods and our gloves on, so you may hear some sniffles today. We'll apologize for that ahead of time. But I was telling the guys in the booth I had to really remind myself that we were at a soccer game and not an American football game, because when you're this cold and you're at a sporting event, it's usually American football.
Well, if it's outside. If it's inside, then you're talking
hockey. But hockey's a balmy like 35. You know, you could go in a hoodie to a hockey game. This is freezing. But, wow, so the story of how Bowling Green is hosting this game is we played the NIU Huskies. Was it this week? The time goes by quick, just a few days ago.
Yeah, Bowling Green played NIU on Saturday
night. Saturday, yeah, on this past weekend. And came away with the result 1-0, and so earned the right to host this game. So we welcome the NIU Huskies back. And it was a good game last game. We saw Bowling Green, I think, play a little better in possession, but certainly we saw NIU slowly start to build a game plan that was starting to work, and that was a mix of kind of going over the top, not recklessly, but pretty intentional with some good passing over the top, and then a blend of trying to play out of the back as well. So we'll see if that continues. Bowling Green in their home orange and looking bright out there.
I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
I've done a couple.
Well, listen, Chip, you're home. It's a MAC tournament. You got to break out the home colors, right?
Correct,
the all orange. And we are underway here at Cochrane Stadium. Again, this is the quarterfinal of the MAC tournament being hosted here in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Yeah, that goal, the final on Saturday was 1-0 Falcons.
Close game,
Vinny Warner got the lone goal in that one.
Yeah. And there were not a lot of chances on either side, although I do remember remember a few saves by Anthony Mwembia that were very needed. So not called to do a lot, but pretty crucial when he did.
It's one of those weird things. I think every player on Bowling Green has an undershirt on except for the man in the middle, Zach Busher.
Yeah, but he's got the tights, so maybe that's helping. So, yeah, we were discussing the benefits of different pieces of underwear, I guess would be the correct term. And I think when you're out there, maybe the adrenaline and the blood moving just keeps you warm. But, boy, it's cold up in the booth, so it's got to be pretty cold down there. And the field looks fantastic. Not a bit of snow on the field. I don't know what kind of magic they used to do that. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Some kind of a roller or a blower or something, but it looks fantastic. And right away, going over the top again, it could have been offside. Wow.
That's going to be – they had a chance there.
They're asking for a handball. Was not given. I'm not sure what the protest on the field is, but that looked extremely offside by a foot or two. But already some controversy at the beginning of the game here. And it looks like a yellow card is being given. I'm not sure.
Looks like Mwembia.
For Anthony Mwembia. I'm not sure what that would have been for. Maybe using his hand outside the box. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it looks like there is an NIU free kick.
Yeah, so already NIU Huskies with the ball on a free kick in a dangerous spot. We're going to look at the replay here. Looked like maybe it bounced off.
He definitely looked offsides, though.
Yeah, it looked offside by a good bit. So we'll see what Huskies can do with this early free kick in a very dangerous spot. I will say that there's not much sunlight left. I looked, and sunset is at 5:19, and I think we're at about 5:04. So the sunlight is waning here, and don't have a lot left.
It looks like they're drying off the ball. The ball came from the sand or the snow, actually.
Yeah.
So, Bowling Green City Schools, the local school district in the area, they did have classes canceled today, so there was no school for them.
Yeah.
A pretty big snow yesterday.
Yeah, big snowstorm here in Bowling Green. If you're watching from anywhere else, it was about 3 to 4 inches of driving snow, and NIU will take this free kick. It's going to be a direct kick and not much on it, and then blocked again and kicked away. So Bowling Green weathers an early storm, no pun intended there. 3 or 4 inches on the ground, and then a pretty dangerous free kick and a free kick rebound, but it'll go out for a throw into NIU.
Yeah, big something to mention. Back to the undergarment or the undershirts or tights. Pierce Ugarte, the center back for NIU, he's none of those.
None of those.
Just a normal uniform, just gloves.
Yeah, he's got some gloves.
That could be something to keep in mind as a factor. Yes, the game was moved up to 5 o'clock today due to the cold, and when it's light out, it's going to be warmer. But if your center back is your support there, don't want him to get too cold.
Yeah, but if you look at Ashil Robin, he's only got the undershirt there. So yeah, I don't know. I think once you're really moving, you just warm up a little bit. And BG's kind of probing back and forth here.
That's Tom Roble with the ball there.
Matt Walters there.
Trying to find the goal scorer.
Oh boy,
from
there's
Saturday.
Vinny Warner. Let's see if he can cross a decent ball. He's going to hold on to it instead. Chris Sullivan will send one in, and boy, that's wow. Charlie Majeski not off by a lot.
That was Lukasco.
Or Lukasco, with the delivery. And then I think Cale Nichols wanted to go for it, and I think Charlie called him off and said, let me hit it first. So BG with a solid chance there.
Short kick taken.
NIU keeper in double zeros there.
Yeah, not a lot of wind today.
That is Martin Sanchez. Yeah, not a lot of wind. I was just going to comment on that. And in fact, strangely, it's a west to east, if anything, a gentle west to east, which is not the usual. Although I think just maybe being a little earlier in the day changes things. So we'll monitor that as the game goes on. Want to welcome everyone watching from around the country, alumni, NIU fans. Looking forward to a great game tonight as BG probes through the middle. Chris Sullivan going to press all the way back and handled with aplomb by Martin Sanchez there, double zero.
He's got to learn something. Sure thing. I understand. I'll play along.
It's a rare thing you see Vinny Warner end up in the middle of the play.
I was going to say it's unusual to see him there. BG pushed back a little bit. Now BG will try something long, and it wasn't far off. Looking for the second ball.
Bowling Green kind of playing that trap pressure.
Let's see if they're going to commit to that early. Again, we talk about it a lot in this broadcast. The trap only works if it's kind of everyone in the right place. Otherwise, it's just a waste of energy because they can move the ball side to side and get out, which you're going to see here. They'll probably rotate this through to 3, which they do. It's picked off by Matt Walters.
So Brad is in class, and Kellen's up here spotting for me, and when Brad gets here...
Going to be a foul there. Quickly taken by the Huskies.
Husky kind of ran into a wall there.
Yeah.
That was Adrian Corona. He ran into a Falcon wall. There goes another long
Again,
ball.
over the top. Yeah, and the problem with those, if they don't come off, you're just giving the ball right back, squandering possession. So it really shows that the Falcons have been able to shut down the middle of the park. Charlie Majeski will take this on the edge, see if he can dribble in. Plays a good ball, dealt with by NIU defender. That'll go out for a Falcon corner, first of the game.
For either side, of course. NIU coming into the game 7-9-1 overall record. Finished with 7 points, I want to say, in MAC play. Bowling Green finished with 9.
Corner kick, Bowling Green.
Two ahead of NIU. Bowling Green overall record was 11-6-1. They were ranked for part of the season as well.
Yeah, and Bowling Green had to win that game, and here comes that Bowling Green corner. Looks a little long. Yeah, and that'll be handled by the keeper. Keeper not exceptionally tall. Look for that to be a factor in some of these set pieces.
Bowling Green started the season 3-0-1, and then took their first loss here at home in the home opener against Ohio State earlier this season. That was when they were ranked.
But played Ohio State pretty well and played Akron pretty well.
Akron, of course, winning the MAC.
Yep.
Oh, no, there's a lot.
Zach Bisher.
Deflected off, I think.
Just deflected. So Bowling Green looking, and Matt Walters will get on his horse there. And, boy, those collisions are even more intense in the cold. And Matt Walters, 18 there, is going to win throw-in for Bowling Green. So already hustle paying off. Coach Nichols is going to love to see that.
Akil Robbins even coming in from the back because they're planning for a long throw and attempt. Treat it like a corner kick.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to look short, though. Smart play. Lukosco was wide open.
Yeah,
there.
it just
they cross it in.
Yeah, it just shortens that up a little bit.
12.
That's a Bowling Green goal.
I think that's Michael Montemurray.
I think that was Michael Montemurray, freshman. Wow.
We're going to take a look at the replay here. Walters, of course, with the throw-in.
Michael Montemurray picks an amazing time for his first goal as a Bowling Green Falcon.
Yeah, so it was Lukosco crossed it in off the Walters throw-in, hit the head of Robin. And I think it was Majeski who headed it right to Montemurray, who
I think that was a one-time full volley. So the Bowling Green Falcons take a 1-0 lead against the NIU Huskies in your MAC quarterfinal game. Play restarts here in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Yeah, Michael Montemurray and Akil Robin came up on that.
Yeah.
Kind of, I wouldn't say set play, broken play, I would say.
Yeah, broken set play, and you know, the Falcons won't care. They just will be happy to see the goal on the board. So Charlie Majeski will be credited with the assist there, and we constantly see him in the middle of play, so that's not surprising as Chris Sullivan looks to pick that pass out.
And he just kicks it out of danger there. Majeski was closing down on the Huskies.
What I'm starting to do now is just play all I do.
Ball's going to find its way in the corner. It'll be a NIU throw-in. Yeah, looking at the Falcons. Falcons riding a 2-game win streak. Won 4 of their last 5. Meanwhile, it'll be a throw-in for Majeski deep in Husky territory. Take a look at Huskies' last 5 games. They've lost against SIUE, then they won 2 straight, beat West Virginia and Western Michigan, who finished as the 2nd seed in the tournament. Then they lost to Akron, and then they closed out the season losing to Bowling Green. Yeah, and
of course the Bowling Green State women's team winning this Sunday, beating Eastern Michigan in the MAC title there. They've been to 3 in a row and won the last 2. So BGSU women really starting to carve out a place for themselves in the MAC among the elite and building a bit of a dynasty there under Coach Matt Fannin.
Yeah, they'll head up the road, up to 75, place Michigan.
Be dancing there.
Yeah, they played them earlier this season, lost 2-0.
Yep.
Looking for revenge. Now it's Vinny Warner with the ball for the Falcons.
Chris Sullivan will keep things moving down that right flank, and that'll go out for a Falcon throw-in.
No, we're not doing that. Which I didn't want to because it didn't call.
Sullivan's going to look to cross this in. Kind of Majeski.
Charlie Majeski. Kale Nichols will battle for this with a center back there. He's going to maybe try to play for the foul. Zach Bishop will end up. Let's see what he wants to do. He's going to play that ball out, looking for that ball to run a little further wide to Matt Walters, who will try to cut it off. Chris Sullivan to Zach Bishop. Back to Ashiel Robin.
Falcons really dominating play so far.
They are.
Possession, not play. But
yeah.
I would say possession. Besides that one NIU chance from that handball by Mwembia.
Ben did say
and we know NIU is a formidable team. Just watch them play, and I would say one area where they're going to feel confident is in size. Like you say, this forward 15 is a large player, Jans Martins, and has the ability to pick a ball out over the top. And then we've talked about last game, last time the Falcons played, Pierce Ugarte, who is just a very large center back, and they want
taller than Akil Robin.
Yeah, and they want every set piece to go through him really. And you'll see the way he sets up against Anthony Mwembia. They are counting on his size to maybe find a goal on a corner or a free kick.
Good play there by Christian Molina, the senior midfielder for NIU. Stealing the ball away from Majeski.
Just went out for a throw, and BG has it, and we'll look to maybe center this up. Nope, they're going to play it on the same, and Charlie Majeski is really doing some damage down the side here. And that will go out for,
a corner
I believe, another corner. So see if the Falcons decide to take this short. Doesn't look like they will.
NIU's head coach Ryan Swan in his 3rd season at the helm. Both of his assistants also are in their 3rd season with NIU. His first season goaltending coach Michael Tringali in his 1st season with NIU.
That's what Steve wants. What Steve wants is what he gets. I should have been.
Ball crossed in and pretty easily headed away. I wonder if this cold has anything to do with being able to cross in the ball, but Falcons able to pick out the pass right away. Let's see if something just scuffed.
Montemurray again.
Yeah, just scuffed by Montemurray, and that was a difficult ask as he hustles to get back.
So does Akil Robin.
Yeah, along with Akil Robin, and they like being part of the attack, but they know that they need to get back quickly.
Kale Nichols gets that turnover.
And now Chris Sullivan here is going to look for Matt Walters to make a run. And, wow, what a great saving tackle. Looks like by number 3 there.
It'll be Anthony Marcanic.
Might have saved a goal there because Matt Walters was really driving with that ball. So put his body on the line there, and he is not a small guy either. So NIU with a lot of size in that lineup.
Anthony Marcanic. His brother plays on the team, Nick Marcanic.
Yep.
One's a defender, one's a forward. Both, actually, they're probably twins, as both are listed as sophomores.
What's that?
The Nashville Hot beat us on Sunday.
Oh, Nashville Hot's so good.
That was
My favorite hot.
I'm just ready to make some tacos.
And I
Again, over the top. Well, not over the top, but playing that long ball, trying to catch the Falcons sleeping, and not going to happen there as Michael Montemurray is just defensively extremely solid. Did not see him make a lot of mistakes. And if they want to test that far side of the pitch, they might have issues with that as Anthony Mwembe is forced to make a big save there as NIU does find some joy down the right-hand side of the pitch. NIU with their first corner of the game here. Taken from that northeast corner.
I do it for you.
Taken pretty short. We'll see if NIU can find a second ball. Wow, and Anthony Mwembe makes a fantastic save again. And that ball hits the top of the crossbar and goes out of play for a goal kick. But NIU with several chances there. NIU kind of finding their attacking legs. Just over 30 minutes left in your first half here. Your MAC quarterfinal game. NIU Huskies versus the Bowling Green State University Falcons. You know, we didn't start with a lot of fans. They're trickling in, and we thank them for being here. They are bundled up.
Hanging in there.
And hanging in there, yeah. It's a cold one.
There's a turnover.
Kale Nichols is going to break here, try to find somebody, and that's going to be called a foul.
He'll retreat back to the far side.
Back to the wing. Kale Nichols likes to attack kind of outside in.
Interesting why they would bring Montemurray up there, as well as Akil Robin. It makes sense to use him for the height, but
Well, I think they like his striking. I think Michael Montemurray is a good striker of the ball. Sometimes that gets hidden away when you're a defensive player, but coach in practice, if he likes what he sees in that regard, you know, you may see him in some of these areas where there could be a second ball.
Akil Robin looked like he was being held there.
Yeah, a little bit.
4.
And now they've got to get back as NIU gets the ball pretty quickly.
Tom Roble will have this under control. He was kind of the free safety there. NIU throwing immediately. Kale Nichols will press, and Charlie will try to cut off that passing lane. And BG may try to get the press going here.
They've kind of got a triangular zone there.
Zach Bisher will clean that up. Akil Robin will recycle and kind of reset. Zach Bisher and Charlie Majeski really kind of the heartbeat of the Falcons in the middle. Zach always winning the ball back and cleaning up, and Charlie always trying to find the next pass, push forward, very potent in attack, either making something for himself or for somebody else.
That would be cold needles. I would feel like cold needles.
Zach Bisher again picking this ball up in the middle of the pitch, just kind of in the right place at the right time, reading the game well. Shill Robin will mix things up a little bit. That was supposed to be headed on, but Matt Walters can't quite get ahead on it. But NIU pushed back a little bit, and we'll take a free throw.
A throw-in.
Or a throw-in, sorry.
I've done that mistake so many times. I think
I tell you, my brain is cold. Pardon the slips here.
And Majeski with some hard press there. Gonna almost create that turnover there. Poor head there by Lukosco.
I tell you, that ball can't feel good on your head when it's this cold.
Yeah, another good play there by Montgomery.
Yeah, and Zach Bisher again winning the ball to Charlie Majeski, and then he'll instantly turn. Some good interplay. If he can pick out a pass here for a couple of the Falcons making a run, he's going to push it outside to Kale Nichols instead. Given away. NIU will look to counter, but Falcons have numbers back.
They get
Zach
that turnover.
Bisher again, yeah.
Drawing the foul.
Trying to foul.
You got, looks like 27:50 left in the first half. Falcons, I would say there's been 2 chances for NIU.
2 or 3, yeah. I mean, NIU's had a few chances. Anthony Mwembi has made 2 or 3 big saves, kind of point blank. Charlie Majeski will turn and run with it.
And
that'll be a pretty hard foul. And the Falcons will really like where they take this, as Charlie is not getting up quickly, holding his ankle. And we will hope that he is okay. Imagine every injury is a little magnified in this cold,
he's
too.
He's debating, or he's asking for a yellow, but I know sometimes that happens. I doubt they would do that.
Yeah, I think it's a little early in the game, and I think that, just a hard foul, maybe not quite a yellow, but the Falcons will be very happy where this is on the pitch, and we will see who stands over this ball to take it. We know the Falcons drill really hard on these set pieces. And
this is where I would think maybe you have Michael Montgomery if you mentioned his striking ability.
Yeah, if you can get it up and down, it's just so close. I think we did see Chris Sullivan put one of these in on the north side of the pitch. Chip, I don't know if you were announcing with me, but I think you were. We saw that a few weeks ago, and that was spectacular. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to probably be Chris Sullivan, and they're asking for a wall to be. There we go. And Chris Sullivan will take it, and no, off the crossbar. Did not miss by much. Did not miss by much. So NIU will bring it out from the back.
Falcons creating some press there.
Yeah, they are, and it's working.
I think it's smart to get this press going early. NIU was their last opponent, so they saw what Bowling Green can do on this press, but with the weather, and you want to get your legs moving fast and quickly.
Yeah, maybe generate a little warmth.
Yeah, it'll help.
I like that.
Crossing
in and
miscommunication.
Yeah, definitely a miscommunication, and NIU will look to break. Falcons have some decent numbers back. Michael Montgomery will pick that out, and then Zach Bisher will send it along. Charlie Majeski was almost there to pick it out.
He was offside still.
Yeah, he would have been offside.
Because NIU finally now
able to get through the middle of the park, which they have not
Bowling
been able
Green's
to do. Yeah.
20 minutes in, I'd say it's probably the 5th time they've gotten into the half. Mwembi is going to have to make another save.
Great header away. I believe that was Tom Roble.
NIU crossing it in again. That one looked good, but it's going to go over the net.
Yeah, Anthony Mwembi is busy back there.
Yeah, it was Alex Welch with the cross by NIU. I think they were looking for Corona's head.
Subs in.
Bowling Green making some subs. It'll be Brennan.
And we saw Chris Brennan, who's been injured, come into the game last week, and really seemed to play with full Chris Brennan energy. They call him Dash. He reminds you of Dash from the Invincibles. He just plays.
The Incredibles.
Or Incredibles, yeah. He plays with that super high energy and pace, and so
he quickly draws a foul.
Yeah, I expect to see him as an impact player coming on and off the field as he returns from injury. But boy, he looks good, and that's the last kind of player you want to see when you're 20 minutes in. You're starting to get a little tired, maybe, and then you see that player come in. It's pretty hard for an opponent to deal with just his speed and his energy. So,
Vinny Warner immediately after checking out grabs his jacket. Thought he was going in to grab attention, but if I'm Vinny Warner, I want to stay loose. I want to maybe stay standing, keep your legs moving after being in. Kill Robin with that head. NIU could break here.
NIU will turn and break, and they're going to try to. And these long passes just haven't really been coming off. I think maybe NIU will try to. I hear they're going to play through the middle a little bit, which is something they just have not been able to do in either of the two games we've seen in the last week.
Kale Nichols, after the Brennan coming in, has switched over to the near side. Vinny Warner, of course, being on the near side. Chris Brennan's now on the far side. Of course, that's Chris Brennan's preferred side.
Uh-oh.
And that's a goal.
That'll look to be a goal for NIU. So
I think that's number 5.
Yeah, bang, bang play. And give that credit to the player, and I don't know if we have a number. We'll check it on the replay, who slid out and was able to keep that ball in. And so the score is 1-1.
Yeah, it's going to be number 3.
Yeah, able to keep that ball in and then cross it to a player who was making a cut. And we'll have some details for you here soon on that Husky score. So your score is 1-1.
May have been Martins with the goal, actually. It looked like it was Anthony Marcanic with the cross.
Yeah, we believe Anthony Marcanic had the with the assist. Yeah,
and it'll be Jan
Martinez with the goal.
The senior from Germany.
So Falcons with a lot of the attack, but NIU showing that they have some attack in them with the goal. Score is 1-1.
From number 3, Anthony Marcanic.
Yeah, something that I was definitely I could have seen Mwembia come out and grab that ball.
Yeah, I think there might have
being an active goaltender.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little miscommunication there.
Meanwhile, Bowling back with the ball already.
Charlie Majeski with a nice little move there to escape. We'll center the ball up to Chris Sullivan. He's going to look for an onside player. Kale Nichols just pauses, sees that he would have been off. Shield Robin able to go over the top there and win that header.
Is that just a spin like around 3 defenders?
Great Jensen Lukasco with the Messi like techers there. You're going to say that was a foul against Chris Sullivan there. Got a little more than the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but the NIU bench jumping in the background, trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
NIU now with a chance to cross this in. Gets past Montemurray. That ball's going to go, it looks like, way out.
Yep.
Oh, no. It'll stay in. Smart play that by Montemurray to back it out.
Zach Brisher will just, try to find some space. Good tackle. Be a corner. And that had to be a exactly precise tackle there to avoid a penalty. So the Falcons are really feeling some pressure, not just the goal, but a few sequences of play before that as well.
Change momentum.
Yeah, and the sun is basically
down.
Disappeared, yeah. As the lights take over the illumination work. And Anthony Mwembia will swat that away.
And there's an NIU player down in the box. Is it hit him?
Yeah, we have a player down.
No, I actually think
We can neither confirm nor deny that.
Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, we're not sure if it was a collision or a ball hitting the player, but hoping the best here. And now 22 does get up. That's Pierce Ugarte, big center back, wishing the best for him.
That would be a
looks
big
like
loss, though.
Yeah, that would have been a big loss for NIU. Very important player for their team. And happy to see that he's up and moving. He's holding his head, but
so they'll probably
seems to be
I
okay.
think they are going to
maybe walk him off the field here.
Counting the NIU bodies. They haven't decided if they want to sub someone in yet. My guess, he is walking with the trainer off the field, though, so I'm guessing they may bring someone in for a minute or two.
Yeah, and he may need to pass a concussion protocol here real quick. Yeah, just anytime have a student athlete with a head injury, want to make sure that's properly dealt with by medical professionals. So he's going to be looked at, and we'll hope to see him on the field here shortly.
So they haven't replaced him yet. So that means they probably want him back in.
Yeah, so he's going to go into the
NIU is going to play with a man down for right now. They're 9 plus a goalie right now.
Yeah, and NIU will sub a player on now.
They will, actually. Looks like it's going to be...
Sure you don't want to open the window and get some net sound? 11 for 22. No, I don't.
And it looks like
number 11,
that will
Ethan
be
Petre.
Anthony Petre on for 22. Petre, yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Yep, and we have heard that he's being examined per the concussion protocol due to head injury. Zach Brisher with the throw-in.
It won't count as a sub, though. So the player, if he does pass, if Ugarte does pass the,
he can come back in
without counting it as a sub.
How are you, Brett? My toes are a little cold, but
Man, my big
maybe the next upgrade can be heat.
Free kick here for NIU. Majeski read that. Almost
picked it off.
Yeah. There goes a nice over-the-top ball for NIU.
And Jance Martins is really good at collecting those over the top, and a lot of teams will do that against Bowling Green out of frustration. But don't be surprised to see NIU do that by choice, because they do have such a capable forward there who can collect the ball, really strong player as well. So.
Oh, and clock's out.
We got 20 minutes left in the...
Having a little clock issue. We'll be sure to get that fixed here.
Yeah, just make sure Ted knows what's going on. Chase to the press box. Can you please check the controller to make sure that the clock is still running on the board?
Yeah, I still have the clock going. And Nate's going to do it on his phone, too, to make sure that we have
And Kale Nichols will throw the ball in here.
One day,
Again, time close to 9:20 left in the, or 19:20. As you guys have the clock on the screen.
Yep. Our viewers will see the clock on the screen.
All right, so if it goes off again, Nate, can you just announce at 15, 10, 5, etc.?
Chris Brennan with a little heel flick there.
Thank you, and then we'll all come up at halftime.
And now NIU will look to break with numbers.
Montemurray is beat on the far side.
Charlie Majeski will come in and try to block this, and does with his head.
Off his
I don't think he knew it. Might have not have known that was coming.
And are you ever since that goal, have kind of maintained the possession, majority of the possession for.
Yeah, and a lot of the attacking energy too. As Charlie Majeski picks that out. Now Chris Brennan loves this, even versus a couple players.
It was a poor pass there by Majeski.
Yeah, he is hungry for a goal. Chris Brennan coming back from injury, and he's upset.
He's upset with himself.
He likes his chances 3v1, which is, you can't say that about a lot of players, but he's so strong on the ball.
What's the clock at right now?
18:05.
NIU finding a little more success attacking through the middle instead of just down the flanks.
You buying burgers for the whole press box? You should have said just burgers for the whole box.
It's NIU now back in their possession ways.
Actually, no, we don't get paid.
Brennan almost
Chris
picked
Brennan
that ball
wants
off.
to press. Yeah, and if he can pick one of those off, he's off to the races.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ball may have been deflected off of Busher.
Get paid for anything.
Well,
Good point.
you get paid in experience with Steve,
You get paid in.
which we all.
Crossing it in is NIU right to
Yeah, and
nobody.
that's where they're going to miss Ugarte, that big body presence there, who would usually be up with the attack.
22 for 11. 22 for 11. Just free re-entry. Just free re-entry.
And Ugarte is back on the field, just as I say that, and that's a free re-entry due to the injury. So great to see Pierce Ugarte back on the field. Hate to see a student-athlete go off with a head injury like that, so it's reassuring to see him back on the pitch. We know he's a big player for the Huskies. So in a 1-1 game in the MAC quarterfinal, you want to see both teams at full strength and giving it their best. So
You're within re-entry. That's perfect. Once if you're within.
now Anthony Mwembia will kick this ball. It looks like it's going to go out for an NIU throw-in.
Yeah, most of this NIU squad is from the Midwest. No one on their rosters from the state of Ohio. You have a lot of Illinois, some Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan.
Yeah, and it's funny that they don't have any Naperville players, and someone joked us because BGSU has them all. We've had a lot of Naperville players come through, Sullivan brothers being some of them.
Because he's probably like,
No, he would have laughed and said, disregard. Bless you.
NIU forced to play, switch the field in the back to avoid some pressure.
Yeah, Chris Sullivan from Naperville, Eric Horvath from Naperville as well, the junior defender.
And I believe Pat Flynn, accomplished BGSU forward, was from Naperville as well. So we've got the Naperville pipeline in effect at BGSU.
Substitutions into the game for the Huskies. Number 11, Ethan Petrie, into the game for number 5.
Of course, some homegrown talent too.
Yeah, you
Not
got a couple
from
Bowling
Toledo
Green.
and Bowling Green.
Eli Shope
Eli Shope,
and Kale Nichols.
Kale Nichols, and then from Toledo you got Nathan Masters and
15 minutes
Spencer
remaining.
Straka.
Faki
Yep.
from Toledo, went to St. John's Jesuit. And then you got Nathan Masters from Sylvania. I don't know if you mentioned
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Good young player. Coach is really excited about Nathan Masters at the beginning of the season. I said, what do you like him? And he said he knows how to win. He's a winner. And you'll see him get plenty of chances. We saw him last week and our last game against NIU, and we may see him tonight. And he's going to be a big part of this Falcon team in the years ahead. So
Busher wasn't expecting that
yeah,
pass
he
there
wasn't
from
able to deal
from
with
Brendan.
I don't know why I looked at the scoreboard. Yeah, because it's like shots.
NIU will look to counter again. Falcons able to get numbers behind the ball.
It's a foot race there. NIU's
Yeah.
going to get to it first. He's going to get past Montemurray.
A good cross ball in, and
Just went
Matt
over
Walters
the head of,
is there. Yeah, he just couldn't quite get to it. And luckily for the Falcons, there was no
that's what I'm saying. When you
attacking player from NIU.
Literally nothing.
or I'd rather you have it down there. Okay, all right.
Charlie Majeski will win this ball. There's really no one to play with there, though. He's just by himself and still able to win a throw-in. So that was extremely profitable for the Falcons, as Charlie Majeski, really with nothing to do with the ball, able to win a throw-in, which will be taken by
Substitutions into the game
Captain
for the Falcons.
Chris Brennan.
Number 27,
Wearing the
Nathan Masters.
armband for the
speaking,
Falcons.
speaking of Nathan Masters, he'll check into the game
Yeah,
though.
there you go. He's fitting our script
Kale
perfectly.
Nichols.
There you go, as Kale Nichols gets a break.
13-20.
Chris Brennan with a low driving ball, trying to find a Falcon attacking player in the middle of the park. And
Good play there by
NIU
Tom
is moving the
Roble.
ball well. Zach Bishop will pick that out like he likes to do. Nathan Masters will get his first touches on the ball, instantly hounded by several defenders. But able to escape. BG now might just want to have some possession, maybe move the ball around a little bit, maybe almost invite the press.
I'm tired of this NIU striker squad.
Yeah, maybe just hold the ball for a little bit. Looks like they will just be happy to own the ball. There you go. Charlie Majeski will switch the play through Tom Roble.
They tried to force it there, and
After the 10-minute mark, did you guys announce every 2 minutes?
Just about 13 and a half minutes here left to play in the first half.
12:23, 12:22, 12:21.
12 and a half.
No, I just count down from 19. And that's 12 minutes. 59. 58.
Yeah, we're having clock issues, so we're looking at our live broadcast trying to figure out the time. It's like Back to the Future, just slightly less complicated.
Correct.
12 minutes left.
And colder, I think.
Wow.
Here comes a chance for
Yeah,
NIU.
they're going to
Good
look
peel
for,
off there by
Yeah, that was a
Roble.
great peel off. He sensed the
Offside.
Wow, offside. I really like that you noticed that Tom Roble realized that the overlap was on and decided to peel off, trusting his central defenders to take on the attacker.
And they did.
And they did, yeah. Offside was the call, but handled by the Falcons.
I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks.
Well, you know,
I'm not even outside.
I wasn't. All right, let's do it. All right, everyone on 3, just call me a dummy.
No, I wasn't.
Charlie Majeski with the ball is going to switch the field here through Tom Roble. Jensen Lukosku. Chris Sullivan, such an important player for the Falcons this year.
Hoosiers, more like
Just going to put that out for Matt Walters. He's going to, and a hard push in the back.
That looked like a push, with an arm. So it should have been a foul. Nothing called.
Yeah, I thought they had called a foul. I guess not.
What's their most obscure?
Here come Montemurray. Speaking of, like we mentioned earlier, Montemurray coming up.
Do they have rowing?
A lot of times when I was younger growing up, I played defense, but I was also a good striker.
Sure.
A lot of the best the best strikers are normally really good defenders as well.
Yeah, and you want to Shield Robin with a chance there. And, I think you just want to have your best players in the best position to be successful. And if that's a defensive player, then as long as you get your shape right and you don't lose shape by having him up. As BG looks to attack here, let's see if Chris Sullivan can find that ball. Finds Majeski. Majeski trying to get it on his foot. Just wide. Wow. He would like to have that back, but that interplay and that understanding between Sullivan and Majeski, huge there. A lot of patience by Chris Sullivan to pick out that pass. And Charlie Majeski's going to wish he had that back, probably about a foot wide right of that southernmost goal. And we are tied 1-1.
Majeski almost gets that turnover done. I know he's going to have to play all the way back to Martin Sanchez.
Just trying to force him to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And Martin Sanchez ends up way out of the goal. Back to Bisher, who's just always there cleaning up. Jensen Lukosku can't quite control that ball. And now Michael Montemurray will pick that out. Nathan Masters center the ball up.
Wait, does that mean I don't have to do the 1 minute?
Bisher back to Montemurray. He's going to dribble through.
Should have said every 1.
Chris Brennan, usually so good on the ball, maybe a little rusty, gives that one away.
I know you look to attack. They're going to slow the ball down.
Vicinity. What do they know? I did 10 minutes after 5:55.
And Tom Roble will see that ball out for a BG throw and kind of battle in number 3. Anthony Marcanic, who was responsible via assist for that Huskies goal. That goal was really on his hustle to keep that ball in. Chris Brennan will keep that ball in.
Chris Brennan on the near side, something you don't see often as the Falcons attack the south goal.
Center back up here.
I guess Kid can hear us on the radio.
Errant pass to Nathan Masters. That ball's going to kind of end up in no man's land. Falcons have enough numbers back. Martins, I think, was able to grab it.
just to get an idea of how cold it is outside and inside, my phone's been going down in percentage while it's plugged in.
That is a bad sign, Chip.
NIU now with it gets to that ball first before that goes out. They're going to cross it and block. I think that hit another face.
I can't think of many things worse than getting hit in the face with a freezing cold soccer ball.
You know, especially if it's been in the snow.
Maybe
too.
a freezing cold hockey puck.
Oh, well, that or baseball.
Yeah, or baseball. But let's just say none of those things would be fun.
No. Corner kick for Northern Illinois.
Corner kick, Northern Illinois.
Too exciting. Try to be a little less excited.
And they may take this short. A lot of the corners have not been traveling kind of as expected. I think maybe due to the cold. Although this is good and centered up. And Achille Robin reliably there. And that'll go out for Falcon goal kick. So after the Falcons really dominating attack for the first part of the game, NIU, I would say, has kind of flipped the script, and I would say they've dominated the last 10, 15 minutes after that goal, creating some good chances. And this is a great game. It's what you'd expect from a quarterfinal in a MAC tournament.
Yeah, not very many subs either, so
yeah,
that's what I would want to. That's what you would expect.
Maybe some
to see
strategy,
normally.
and you will absolutely see Spencer Straka in the second half of this game, because when he comes on, it's a big energy boost. Nathan Masters is going to kind of go this alone, try to cross a ball, and maybe just hope for a rebound or something as Chris Brennan and Nathan Masters press together, and NIU able to escape. And that was very skillful to get out of that press for several players, and now they're going to see what they can do maybe in the middle of the pitch.
6 minutes remaining.
As we hear there are 6 minutes left in this first half.
And that.
Well, the flag stays down, and I think
that was,
as the ref says,
kind of a flop.
yeah, it didn't look like there was any contact with the player. We're going to look and see on the replay here.
As we'll take a look, at that replay.
Yeah, it looked like maybe an accidental toe clip there. It's going to go out. It's going to be called a ruled a corner. I don't believe a foul was given.
No foul was good.
No
Yeah,
foul.
as it went
Just a
off
corner.
of the Falcon that was there. Nice
Come on,
corner.
a great corner in, and needs to be dealt with by Anthony Mwembia, but a fantastic corner. So forget what I said about the weather affecting the accuracy of corners, because that was a beauty. And had there been a Husky head on the end of that, we could be looking at another NIU goal there.
And
so.
you mentioned Spencer Straka. He's about to check in.
There you go. Impact
Probably
sub.
for Majeski or Brennan, one of the two.
Yeah, we'll see who the Falcons sit here. But Spencer Straka, just in his first year and already making a huge impact in this BGSU side, plays with just explosive energy.
Looks like a rugby player.
He does.
out there
We
too.
always mention that. He looks like a rugby player. And has some goals to his name already. Hits the ball extremely hard.
Bulligan kind of trapping the NIU
4
player
minutes
in the
remaining.
in the far side. Majeski finds Brennan. Brennan 1-on-4 now.
That might be a little much. He might have to wait, and he does. Charlie Majeski will come up and help out. And there's a dashing Matt Walters all the way on the other side of the pitch, and that'll go out for, looks like a NIU throw-in.
Yeah, Spencer Straka is still just standing there. He's
Ready to
shivering.
go.
He's
Yeah.
shivering now.
His coach, one of the assistant coaches there, gives him instructions. I believe that was Sean Teepin in his second season with the Falcons.
Another NIU throw-in with 3 minutes remaining in the second half, or in the first half.
First half, yep. And I think the second half will only be colder.
Oy vey, I
Can
can't
just
wait.
about promise you.
NIU's ball's
Give
gonna
the
go out
ball
sub
for
now.
offside.
Alright, BG throw.
It'll be Brennan for Brennan. So
Substitution
Straka
into the game the
for Brennan.
Falcons. Number 21, Spencer Straka, into the game for number 10, Chris
Spencer
Brennan.
Straka gets a big applause from the BG faithful. Had the pleasure of speaking with his father at one of the tailgate events a couple weeks ago. Very excited to see his son play, and I believe that was the night that Spencer got his first goal. So he's looking forward to a successful career here with the Falcons as well.
Especially since up top next year, Falcons will be young, losing Majeski, losing Brennan, losing Sullivan. All three of those men are seniors.
Well, we got Sullivan back for another year. He's a junior.
Oh, he's
but
a
yeah,
junior.
we do lose some attacking prowess. You're absolutely right. And that'll be judged
2
offside.
minutes remaining.
Shill Robin with the header. Dangerous ball here for the Falcons, but dealt with. And that'll go out for a Husky throw-in. Anthony Marcanic with the ball. Choose to go back and maybe
All the way back.
all the way back and
Straka's
recycle.
gonna
Yeah, Spencer Straka's going to press, but
create that turnover.
yeah, he did.
But a poor first touch there by Lukosco.
And a good pass
1 minute remaining.
from the Huskies, who will look to take advantage at the end. And Zach Bisher just turns on the pace to get in front of that, and that will go out for a goal kick.
Expect Mwambia here to take his time with less than a minute remaining.
The entire last minute.
No.
Halftime, the 15-minute halftime.
He gets the kick off. About 30 seconds left. NIU's going to try for one last chance here.
BG happy to just kind of contain and keep their shape.
This is the 30-second mark if you can, please.
That's already passed.
Where'd it go?
10, 9,
We're just at the last 10 seconds of the half here.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And that will be the end of the first half. The score is 1-1. Bowling Green Falcons versus the NIU Huskies here in your MAC quarterfinal game at Cochrane Stadium, where it is a balmy, 20 degrees. We will see you back here in about 15 minutes. Good evening and welcome back to Cochrane Stadium. This is Steven, joined by my colleague Chip, and we are excited to bring you the second half of this quarterfinal game of your MAC men's soccer championship here. Not championship, but quarterfinal. It will lead to a championship. There will be 2 teams in the championship, and both the NIU Huskies and Bowling Green State University's Falcons are both vying for a chance to play for that in the semifinal after this game.
I hate myself,
And folks, the storyline of tonight is that it is just bitter cold. We've got a 1-1 scoreline so far.
So I'm looking at the other quarterfinal game.
Yeah, we'll get an update on
between
those.
SIUE and West Virginia. As Western Michigan, Akron won the MAC.
Right, and they get that bye.
They did something to keep in mind though. They won't be away from Akron, but they were 1-7-1 on the road this season.
Yeah.
Bowling Green, of course, was 5-4-1 on the road. One of the better records.
BG will kick us off here, attacking the north goal. Wind not a huge factor north to south. It's been mostly west to east, so goal kicks should be relatively unaffected by this wind.
So you can't tweet right now? I mean, for goals. Oh, that's great.
There's a sliver of the moon trying to rise here. We had a nice display during half. If you appreciate the work of our camera team.
For a second, calendar.
Thanks to WBGU for providing the stream. We know it is freezing upstairs and not necessarily the most fun job today, but we appreciate the work they do in bringing this content. Appreciate all of our visitors, watchers at home.
Yeah, the SIUE Western Western game will be at 7 o'clock tonight.
Okay, even colder, I'm sure, depending on where it is.
It's at SIUE.
That's at SIUE. Maybe a little warmer.
A little warmer.
Yeah.
You got an excuse or like a makeup assignment?
Michael Montemir with the ball, and we'll correct something that I said earlier. I said it was his first goal. It was actually his second. So Michael Montemir, the freshman, with 2 goals to his name this season.
Here comes NIU with
an attack here, up that side, moving the ball well.
Majeski behind the play, upset with himself.
Back to 6. 2 to 7. Gonna go up to 25, I would assume. Oh, stop.
Probing pass there. It doesn't come off, but it's blocked into the path of the an attacker. And Anthony Mwembia will be able to get there and cover that ball up. So NIU on the attack early.
This up kick's short there. Again, Falcons coming out after the second half with the same starting lineup they had, so no Chris Brennan to start the second half.
Yep, and he'll come in as an impact player.
This Bowling Green looks to switch the field.
Like we have
space, trying to find Kale Nichols onside. He
good
is.
Good ball, Kale Nichols. What can he do with it? He's able to push it forward. Let's see if he can make that final pass to Majeski. Majeski sorts the ball back out to Nichols. Nichols will get it on his right. Can't quite get it past the NIU players, but Bowling Green can save this and recycle possession back into the box. Kale Nichols with the header. Can't quite get ahead on it. Zach Bisher now in possession.
Pushes it back
Pushes it outside. Bowling Green just going to kind of work this ball closer and closer. Again, in on the ground. About chest level. And now Tom Roble will fight for that, and I believe be called. That was Vinnie Warner. Yep. So we appreciate all of our viewers coast to coast. I know we've got some folks out in California. We got a big friend of the program, Alex Wolf from New York City, watching, commenting during the half that he was enjoying the game. And I think he's excited to be in a warmer place than Bowling Green right now, although I know New York City can get pretty bitter cold as well.
180 of you. Thank you for tuning
absolutely. Got a good group, and you know, it's a shame that we can't thank the people in the stands because they really deserve the thanks, but they're excited to be here as well, friends and family and some Cochrane crazies, and you really would have to be a little bit crazy to be out there right now because it is just freezing.
I thought I hit it really well. I like how you guys
NIU with play now, with possession.
Maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure off after equalizing 1-1. Maybe they're going to try to maybe play through the middle a little more, less kind of desperate over-the-top balls. Yep, as Martin Sanchez will kind of just take whatever the Falcons give him here and say, hey, you're going to give me some yards, I'll walk it up. And
yeah, something to keep in mind, this NIU team, they have 4 goalies on the team. One's a senior, one's a redshirt senior, one's a freshman, one's a redshirt freshman. Martin Sanchez is the redshirt freshman, so I'm guessing maybe he beat out both the redshirt senior and the senior.
And we know goalkeeping
or if there's an injury.
Yeah, and it's a competitive position, goalkeeping. It's kind of, what have you done for me lately? And evidently he had the hot hand, and there may be an injury situation. We don't totally know there, but he's acquitted himself pretty well. I don't think there's a lot that he could have done on that Falcon goal. So stepping up to the challenge in a big quarterfinal game.
But not a lot of freshmen, though, on this NIU squad.
Pretty
I believe it's
team.
3 freshmen and the redshirt freshman. And one of those freshmen is the goalkeeper. So they're very sophomore heavy, are the NIU Huskies.
BG will try to save this ball and can't quite do it. That'll be a NIU throw-in, but they're pinned back deep in their own half.
BG back with it, crossing it in, blocked.
Oh, and hoping for a corner
right
or something
to
from
Sullivan, I think that was.
Oh, and Sullivan comes away with it. Oh, gosh, he does everything but put the ball in the back of the net. Falcons appealing for some kind of a penalty, but it's going to be called a corner. And Chris Sullivan able to just power through 2 or 3 defenders there.
And he's going to go over and take it.
Yeah, and if you want to look at the replay here and just see.
Corner kick, Bowling Green.
It was very direct.
Got through 1, 2, 3,
a couple.
And then he was kind of brought down a little. Majeski,
it would have been a pretty bold call to call that a penalty. I think the official got that right. Instead, the Falcons will have a corner, which will take short. And this looks like a set play here. He's going to get back on it and take that long. It does not look like quite how the Falcons wanted it to go, but Charlie Majeski will rip the ball. And that will go out, it looks like, for another Falcon corner.
Yeah, that was a good set play. Majeski nailed that shot as it went off of an NIU Husky. Smartly placed his arms and hands to his body, not risking a handball. And they try that same thing again. They're going to try it again here as it gets to Lukosco, but they immediately pressure him through the Huskies.
Charlie Majeski will play a great ball just to keep that in, and wow. Oh, and Martin Sanchez with some quick hands there to come away with that ball, and that was excellent goalkeeping because that ball was in his net area in a flash. Great reflexes there.
Yeah. Keel Robin and Montgomery back to their normal positions.
And it feels like midnight, but it's 6:15. We've got a full moon popping up above the clouds.
NIU now with a chance in the
full
box.
Attack. Oh, my gosh, and that will just go. Anthony Wemby will get a hand on that, and that will just sail wide of the goal. So big attack, and I believe that was the big forward, Nick Marcanic, who has just been imposing his will at times on this Falcon defense, just kind of driving through them. Strong player. It was either 13 or it was 15 James Martins. Both of them very strong on the ball.
Corner kick for NIU.
Taken from the southeastern corner and really doesn't pose any problem. But now NIU with the rebound. BG will try to get bodies in front.
Blocked there by Lacosco. Little shove there in the box by NIU.
And Anthony Mwembe will call that up. So I can't remember a game recently where Anthony has been quite this active, having to block or punch away balls. Chris Sullivan being entrusted to start the attack from the back. Going to look for Cale Nichols. Doesn't quite come off, but it will go off the foot of number 25, Diego Sands, for a Falcon throw-in, which was taken quickly.
And NIU's going to end up with it.
Michael Montemurri doing his best there to win possession. And that was picked out, I believe, by Jensen Lukasku, who will pass out to Sullivan. Bit of a sloppy pass, but cleaned up, and Sullivan will restart the attack here. Zach Bisher now through the middle. Falcons probing.
Didn't like what he saw, so he just dumped it. Open man. Put in.
Yeah, an interesting ball into the box. It could be dangerous if it takes a bounce. Cale Nichols will have that go through his legs, but he'll get back on that, trying to win possession again, and Michael Montemurri will come up. Ball skips past him, and now
this is trouble.
This is trouble for BG. And wow, just curves wide. So NIU really strong in attack, and they will feel like that really should have been a goal. In fact, at one point, the defender got crossed up with Anthony Mwembe, and they were kind of wrong side of each other. Never a good sign.
It's rare to see Shio Robin
get beat or be on the wrong side of a situation. So BG gonna.
Yeah, he was flat-footed on that one.
Yeah.
Good job. Mwembe took the right angle, though, I would say.
He did, yeah. Yeah, he did. He cut off the easiest angle and forced the harder angle. But now NIU on attack again.
Would have been offsides.
Yeah, I would have been offside there.
Jeski's standing there. Realized he was offsides. Immediately gets back onside, though. .33-40 left.
And the Huskies are finding a way through here. The Falcon defense several times now. Chris Sullivan able to clean that up. He's going to quickly look for the pass. Can't find it, and we'll just center that ball up through Zach Bisher. Maybe could have let it run for Jensen Lukasku. Back to Michael Montemurri. Nice picked out pass to Zach Bisher, but into heavy traffic, and they're going to say that Zach was a bit too rough there. I didn't see it. It looked like they were kind of both equally fighting for that ball. But NIU will take over in the middle of the park.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Sullivan yet. Or Brennan, I meant.
Yeah, we'll see when. Don't even see him standing up yet, so still early in the second half. And wow, put over the top by Anthony Mwembe. So Anthony Mwembe taking shot after shot as his players are encouraging him and cheering him on. He's cold out there with his beanie. He wore his beanie on Saturday as well. Chipped at a little rule digging and found that keepers are allowed to wear certain kinds of headgear, but the outfield players only allowed to wear gloves. NIU with the corner. It's a pretty good ball in, and it'll go out for a goal kick.
And it's in the snow. Again, it did snow a lot last night here in Bowling Green.
It did.
Close to 4 inches.
4 inches, yeah, and blowing really good. So.
Local school district canceled school today.
Yep. Chip, have you had any classes canceled since you've been
I actually have.
BGSU student?
So last year they canceled two days in a row. First time they canceled class since I want to say the 80s.
All right. Well, no, because I was here in the 90s and we
or
had
maybe
a couple
it was the
canceled
90s,
for cold.
Maybe the 90s.
Yeah.
But first time in a while.
Yeah. Chris Sullivan with the ball here. Oh, and gets pushed off, and they're going to call that a foul.
It was due to extreme cold temperatures. The wind chill was, I believe, it was -40 degrees last year.
Wow.
At one point. I remember I was working at Starbucks at the time, and when they sent out the alert that classes were going to be canceled the next day, you just looked at the union and you heard this big yay.
Heard a big
cheer.
hooray.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Falcons would love to hear that as they ship a ball in. Nothing on it. Shield Robin will try to get ahead on it. And Vinny Warner will kind of get a body on it.
And got a 4-on-3
Yeah,
here.
they do. Zach Bisher will get back.
A little too
No
far.
crumb. Anthony Mwimbia will let that roll over, and he's going to play out of the back with his feet here. Feels like he has the right kind of shape to do that.
He'd be kicking into the wind.
Yeah.
Went back to north-south, like normal here at Cochrane Stadium.
Yep, that's kind of the de facto. Wouldn't be a true game here at Cochrane Stadium without some wind. And a nice little pass to Charlie Majeski. There's not much he can do with it there, though, as a Husky wall sat right behind him in defense.
That's going to be a foul on
It's going to be a foul. He's not happy about it. But was a judge to be playing a little – things get a little chippy here in the quarterfinal. Spirits and emotions running high. And now the referee's going to have a chat. It's getting everyone spaced out properly. Captain Charlie Majeski there just stating his case, making sure things are being called fairly from his perspective. I think the refs have done a good job tonight with that. I don't think we've seen anything really controversial. So Michael Montemurri was able to clean that up and keep it in bounds. Zach Bisher will go look to send that away. And that's the kind of ball Chris Brennan would love to get on the end of, as he, I believe, waits
to check in, yeah. Shield Robin named to top drawer team of the week.
Absolutely, and well deserved. Keeping those clean sheets.
Second time of the season that's happened. Bowling Green's going to push up now as they've
just under 30 minutes left here in your quarterfinal game. We do need a winner today. This is a tournament game, so we will have 2 periods of extra time.
I believe so. If it works the same as women's, it would be 2 10-minute overtime periods. Still sudden death, and then you'd have penalty kick shootouts.
Yep. I think the preferred term is golden goal nowadays, but yes.
Yeah. Whiff there on the shot. But
wow, rolls into Anthony Mwimbia's hands. So the Huskies are attacking this southern goal, and they're going to feel like they should have had a goal on one of these attempts. Anthony Mwimbia, though, standing tall, being helped by his defenders, but no easy feat. And BG needs to find some attacker if they want to get back into this game.
It looks like it's going to be Masters and Brennan. It's Majeski's
a little push in the back there on Charlie Majeski. So this will be in a pretty good spot. Look for Shield Robin to get up. He likes to be up in the mix when he feels like he maybe could put his stamp on a sequence of play with his head. He's certainly got the height, although standing next to number 25, Pierce Ugarte, 2022. Yeah, both of them. He doesn't look so tall. So this is going to be a little sequence play here. It's going to be, and it's just going to be picked out.
All those set pieces, they try to find a Shield Robin, but they just get out heighted.
So number 7, Zach Bisher able to pick that out, and then a little trip there against Michael Montemurri. No, against number 2.
Yeah, that's the second time. Alex Welch, the 5'8" junior from Wales, for the Huskies. Just
so again, emotions running a little hot.
Montemurri to take this kick for the Falcons.
Trying to find Charlie Majeski, and just about does. Be a throw-in for Bowling Green. Charlie will take it.
Substitutions into the game for the Falcons. Number
2
27,
substitutions now. Nathan Masters and
number 12,
Chris
Cale
Brennan will
Nichols.
come in
Also,
for Cale
number
Nichols
10,
and
Chris
Vinny Warner.
Brennan into the game for number 2, Vinny Warner.
So a little insertion of energy here, pace.
This is another set piece throw in for the Falcons. I believe it's
Chris Brennan with the throw-in.
put it right into a Husky head.
Yeah.
He's going to chase this ball down, though. Very good ball there.
Jensen Lukasku thought about going in for the slide, but decided to stay on his feet and deal with the threat head on. Seems to have been the right decision, as Huskies would have had a pretty clean break. Instead, Falcons are able to get bodies behind the ball.
Block.
Number 7 winds up for a big strike, but it's blocked.
Out to 25. Service.
Anthony Wembia forced to go up and get that one.
Bisher gets it played short right to him.
Chris Sullivan does like to dribble with the ball when he feels like he has that lane. A little give and go with Lukasku there. And the Falcons not really under a lot of pressure, so they can choose.
For a run here.
Yeah, they can choose how they want to play out of the back, and that's Nathan Masters just going to go up and be way bigger than his size there and win that. That was huge to come down with that. It's going to force just kind of a desperate kick away there. Nathan Masters again with the header. He's going to give Charlie a chance to get on that ball.
Ball gets squeaks through the pressure of Busher.
Alex Welch with that ball again. Tries to switch the field, not able to, so BG again through the middle.
Good play there by Tom
BG
Roble.
just patient, trying to find the right outlet. Nathan Masters with a cheeky little kind of chipped pass outside of the boot.
He's looking for Brennan. Brennan's going to give it right back to him.
Yeah, he's going to give it back to him. He kind of gets shielded off that, and it'll
be a foul on Masters.
Foul on Masters.
Again. Busher's going to head this ball back into the Husky territory.
So we haven't seen BG with a lot of chances, not a lot of shots on goal in the second half, and I think that's why Chris Brennan was put into the game, to create some havoc in that attacking third. Haven't seen it yet, but Nathan Masters with another header here.
Yeah, if you look at shots in the first half, it was 11-6 shots taken. Shots on goal were 3-2, both in favor of NIU. So Bowling Green dominated early, and then
NIU kind of found their rhythm, and it's a different look than we saw in the first in the first game of the last 7 days between these two teams. NIU able to find more success going direct with the ball. PG will attempt a long throw in here. It'll kind of fall short. Ashil Robin will come away with it, and we'll see if PG can do something with this. NIU with a lot of players behind the ball, and Nathan Masters with just a very gentle, weighted loft back in. And
back to
Chris
Brennan.
Brennan will get on this, and let's see what the Falcons can do. Ashil Robin wants a bicycle kick. Didn't quite go.
See, he thought he was fouled, and a lot of fans.
Thought he was fouled. Yeah, I don't
players
quite
thought
think
he was
it was
fouled.
there. BG will take a quick throw in and try to capitalize on kind of some of this confusion. Can't quite get it off. Chris Sullivan will come to receive. Bit of a sloppy throw. Can't quite find Nathan Masters, but now Jensen Lukasku just coasting through players. And that'll go out for a BG throw-in. So Jensen Lukasku just decides to take it himself there and able to find a favorable throw-in here for the Falcons. And Chris Brennan will come over and take that.
Now, if you can try to get this to Lukasku, who's got a – instead of going into the –
Yeah, and they're going to say there was a foul there, maybe a little pushing in the back. So
Falcons and Huskies, if this game does score stays the same after the second half, it'll head to sudden death, golden goal overtime.
2 periods of
10 minutes
each with I think a 5-minute break in between.
Yep.
And then we'll be off to penalties.
There's 2 minutes between the first and the second.
Mercifully, because it is bitter cold, I'm sure the players will just want to get back after it. Michael Montemurri tracking this ball here.
And he gets back to his normal spot. Good play there by Nathan Masters. And that'll be Bowling Green
out
throw.
for a Bowling Green throw, and Nathan Masters will take this. BG pinned back.
Turned over.
Given away a bit sloppily by the Falcons there. Zach Bisher there to clean up, though.
Brennan's one-on-one now.
And this is the situation that he likes. He's just going to try to do it. He knows he doesn't have a lot of support. He's going to send one to Charlie. They have
giving right
a good
back.
understanding there. And look for him to just take a 1v1 and try to get the ball close as he does. Oh, gosh, and that ball almost – and that's going to be – wow.
How did that
This
not
absolute
go in?
chaos here. There was ping-ponging. Yeah, it looks like – and the Falcons there with the chance to score several times. Anthony Wemby forced to kick that away outside of the box, so some action there created by Chris Brennan. That's what he was brought in to do, is kind of cause some chaos, and we're going to try to get a better look here at what happened, because that was wild.
Yeah, the defender, the left back, I think, for NIU
Falcons,
saved it.
Vinny Warner into the game for number 9, Charlie Majeski.
Vinny Warner to check in.
19 minutes and 30 seconds left in regulation of this MAC tournament quarterfinal between the Bowling Green State
and there
Falcons.
goes a run.
That's going to be
good.
onside. Chris Sullivan, what can he do with it? And he's going to try to get it on his right foot.
Just swing and a miss.
Yeah, and he wishes he would have tried to take that a little earlier. And now NIU able to get out of their own final third.
But it's going to be kicked right to Montemurri.
We'll center the ball to Bisher. Bisher.
It's on the far side. Can't tell the number of. Looks like it's Matt Walters.
Yeah, maybe Matt Walters, number 18 there. Zach Bisher in a little bit of trouble, able to find a shield.
Someone
Robin.
lost something.
Yeah, and then I don't know how it got to him. Right. I can't remember how it got to him, but I know when he hit it.
Matt Walters claiming he was fouled, and indeed will be given a foul. And just look for Bowling Green to try to get the ball onto Chris Sullivan's foot whenever they can. He's so good through the middle of the park.
Stopping the clock.
Yeah, they're stopping the clock. And Chris Sullivan is just so good playing through players. He finds a good final ball. He has a good sense for when
Yellow
to shoot.
card has been awarded. We'll try to get you that number.
I believe that was our second yellow card of the game. Anthony Mwembi was given one for handling the ball outside the box within the first few minutes of the first half.
NIU 4 for 11, did you say?
Oh, we got the 4 part right.
And Chase, can you confirm the NIU card?
Yeah, like right in between.
13. Thank you. Northern 13.
Now, if you look short right now, long, and Chris Brennan will take the throw in. Oh, it'll be an NIU throw in, actually.
Yellow card issued to NIU player number 13, Nick Markanik.
So yellow card given to number 13 on the Huskies, Nick Markanik, for that challenge there on the far side of the field.
Substitutions into the game for the Huskies, number 24, Luis Sala. Luis Sala into the game for number 11, Ethan Petrie.
Justin Lacasco now with it. Falcons dominated play the last 5 minutes or so.
They have, yeah.
Several
chances in that kind of pandemonium near the goal, and like you said, a great save from an outfield player to keep that ball out of the net. His goalkeeper is going to owe him a hot chocolate after this game, as Nathan Masters never going to win that header battle there, and I don't quite know why why he's positioned exactly where he is, because he's going to lose that by about a good 10 or 12 inches.
Crossing this in now.
Yeah,
if any Warner tries,
Ugarte is just not going to have the ball taken. As two players collapse, and Chris Brennan gets back up quickly.
It was Brennan and Masters kind of collided there.
NIU will try that long ball over the top, and a great first touch, but slips as he comes down with the ball. And now BG maybe can hit on the counter. Doesn't quite find Chris Brennan. He shows his frustration visibly there, wanted a chance on that.
Back to 7. That's 2.
I said 7 the first.
No, I said 7 too.
Well, then we're both wrong. Equally wrong.
Chris Brennan's going to almost an errant pass there by NIU. Way offsides.
Offside, yep. Chris Brennan with just a bit of a poor first touch, but almost rebounds in the Falcons' favor.
First touch of a baby elephant, they say.
NIU now 3-on-5.
He's going to have to try to pick out a pass here. Falcons able to kind of stifle and then get in front of the ball, and Zach Bisher able to pick that out and can't immediately find an outlet.
Smart play there.
Lukosku will choose to just clear the ball and let the Falcons reset. I do agree that was the prudent play there. And that'll go out for a Bowling Green throw-in.
Majeski to come in for Brennan.
Substitutions into the game for the Falcons. Number 9, Charlie Majeski into the game for number 10, Chris Brennan.
Give Majeski a little breather there. A little smart, strategic play there by Nichols. Of course, maybe you put Brennan back in for overtime.
Oh, and a little nutmeg there from Zach Bisher.
Couldn't finagle that pass. They still have Nathan Masters streaking.
And that was a very nice weighted touch from Matthew Montgomery, and Charlie Majeski was hoping to catch that ball on the wing and run with it, but now NIU on attack again.
Down the middle of the field. Here's a chance for NIU.
Anthony Wemby with a big save there. Able to get his body in front of it. We've got 13 and a half minutes to play here at Cochrane Stadium. Got a tie score in your MAC quarterfinal game.
Wemby is going to
this ball will really hang up in the air for him. I don't know if you can blame the wind or if you just kind of mishit that. It's certainly understandable in this cold. BG will pick that out. Anthony Wemby will get another chance to distribute here and maybe choose to keep it on the ground. And he does through Michael Montemurri. And this was a tricky pass. It was always a tricky pass to Nathan Masters, but kind of forcing NIU back. They may have been happier to let that go out for a throw-in. Indeed, Bowling Green ends up with the ball.
Busher tried to be fancy there.
Yeah. Maybe both teams are feeling this, as the feet start to turn into ice cubes, less dexterity and less finesse in the middle of the park.
more over-the-top balls.
Yeah, you may see more of a desperate approach.
Good tackle there by the Falcons.
Yep, and now BG will look to break here a little bit.
I know.
Trying Majeski.
Just needs help, and I think may have known maybe he was going to be offside there. He didn't seem to make a real effort towards the ball. That might have been strategic. And BG would love to win the ball back in this position.
Looks like they're about to put that press on Majeski.
Press on. They're going to be able to escape out the side here, though. Nathan Masters needed to be just a little further up the pitch, but that amount of pressure will win Bowling Green a throw in. You can hear the Falcon faithful rooting orange and white on here as Nathan Masters throws the ball in. Puts it in a hard place, and I think goes out almost immediately, but able to pick it up is Jensen Lukasku. Now Shiel Robin will
probably look to put this ball back in.
Yeah, he's going to kind of just almost punt the ball and hope for a good second ball here, which may not be the worst idea. Nathan Masters fights for that ball. Chris Sullivan able to win it back to Bisher. So
Bisher
Falcons
thought about sending Majeski.
Had players in good positions there. Chris Sullivan is going to center the ball back up to Bisher.
Smart play there by Zach Bisher.
Yeah, just decides to switch the field.
11,
drag
10.
over some Huskies. Charlie Majeski, kind of bad first touch ball, just bounces around him, but then blocked. It's going to be called a handball. I'm not sure who that was on, but it was on a Falcon.
11 minutes left in the second half. It's going to be a handball free kick right at the 18-yard for Huskies in their own end. Goalie to take it. Here come the Huskies. And an errant pass. Bowling Green now have an opportunity.
And Chris Sullivan has to find this pass here. Charlie Majeski wants to make that run. BG just wants to get some advantage. Nathan Masters calling for the ball unmarked, and BG maybe just slows this down too much.
Majeski's going to cross this ball in.
I think the play just slowed a little too much for the Falcons really to take advantage of any kind of numbers, but they do have the ball in a dangerous spot here, and that'll go out for a corner.
Corner kick earned with under 10 to go. The windows started to actually ice up here.
YouTube's auto caption. Wait, what? Who said that?
Somebody sent that to Kit.
12 for 27?
But no one.
No, it's just YouTube's auto captions determine the audio is sent.
Yeah, no one
I don't know why it was
And
so I told
now it's the
caption.
Busher with the shot to go over the net.
You'd like to have that one back. Just needed a little more up and down on that. Bisher not necessarily known for his striking, but it fell nicely for him there. So I know made sense to take that. Kale Nichols will re-enter the game for Nathan Masters.
Not perfect, the auto captions.
Under 9 to go now.
Who said that? That's interesting.
Kale bringing in some instruction from the bench, I think, just kind of sorting out where players should be.
Low kick right to Vinny Warner.
And I would
So does it do that automatically, or someone has to
sloppy
check it?
pass from the Falcons, and now Huskies will look to drive up this flank.
Maybe that's what Kit was talking about.
And a great pass. Wow.
But right to a Falcon.
Falcons able to win the ball back. And a quick throw in, but don't really have the numbers, and Falcons forced to
As Kale
go
Nichols
backwards.
wide open on the near side.
He is. Boy, if they could just see him. But that's a pretty considerable pass to make. But, gosh, no one sees him on that side of the park. And now he's going to want to make a run on goal. Charlie Majeski is going to look for him.
And that looks like
there's no way that's going to be given as a foul. It's pretty light contact. Falcons not appealing too heavily. But Kalen Nichols mostly unmarked during that sequence of play, and I just don't think that he was really seen.
Here comes the press from BG.
Back to Mwembia. He's going to need to find someone quickly and chooses to hit a low driving pass and puts the ball just in a dangerous spot. And now Chris Sullivan, this is what he's best at, picking out a pass. And, wow, he just almost splits the defenders. And now Vinny Warner, or I believe, yeah, Vinny Warner able to get a foot on that. And now Vinny Warner again gets beat. Zach Bisher will come in and just block that off, allow the Falcons to kind of recover. So, boy, there's 7 minutes left, and they are playing full octane soccer here at Cochrane Stadium. Both teams wanting to advance in this MAC tournament would mean a lot to both programs.
And here comes Majeski on that press.
Yeah, I just saw his.
Here's a nice over the top ball headed away by the Falcons. Out of danger. And then here comes Majeski. He's got a step.
He's going to need a runner, though. And then he goes down pretty hard.
Should be out. So actually be a really easy call because they got anybody said that.
We'll see what the referee wants to say here.
Call for him to make right outside.
Referee's going to say stop the clock.
The yellow card is going to be awarded.
The referee's going to, surprised, not going to go talk to the side judge, and I think maybe they will have a quick chat about where that happened.
Will.
He's going to have a chat, and he may, Charlie Majeski with his hands on his head.
Chase, if you could help us out there.
There's Nichols coming down all the way from the bench wants an explanation.
They're going to say it happened maybe an inch outside the box. So what can the Falcons do with a free kick in actually a very unusual place? It's halfway down the edge of the box.
I don't think you even put this on net. I think you pass out.
I think you do too, and then let someone really strike the ball hard and hope for a second ball.
Or you make an end-around run, or you shoot it really hard at the goalie and just get a rebound, hopeful.
Yeah, this is not a position on the pitch that you would have a lot of set plays for because it's just so strange. A bit wasted by the Falcons.
I was thinking they should have kicked it right away back to the Costco.
Yeah, so the Falcons with a great chance kind of squandered there. It's number 7 is taking this ball down the field by himself.
Card issued to NIU number 14.
Now Cale Nichols with the ball.
Adrian Lara.
He's going to let Ashiel Robbins set so that he can actually make a run himself, bring a little more attack up the front as there's an overlap there.
Under 6 to go here at Cochrane Stadium. Majeski with a nice turn. He gets around the defender. And that's going to be another foul called. Now we're under 5 minutes to go.
Nothing worse than when he just randomly blows his whistle.
Inside of the windows are frosting up here. It is
getting chilly.
Extremely cold.
Thank you. Big shout out there. WBGU coming over to wipe our screens off.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And kick's taken. That's a good one.
Oh, Ashiel Robin almost gets a head on it. Cale Nichols will try to put that on the back of the net, and gosh, they're fighting for it on the ground. Finally, goalkeeper able to cover it up. Awesome. Thanks, Tom from WBGU, helping us out in so many ways, including this awesome stream. Appreciate that.
Kill Robin to take his time, but Jesse's got to get back on side quickly.
Don't put that evil on there, Ricky Bobby.
That ball's going to be sent out of bounds. Under 4 to go. Bowling Green foul there. Free kick NIU. They're going to send this one up.
Yeah, taken well. Collision
That
in the
should
air.
not have been a foul.
Referee decides that that was a little too hard of a collision in the air. That'll be NIU ball with a good
Decent
look at the
opportunity.
Falcons goal here and taking that southernmost goal. Look for 22 to try to get on the end of this. He's got that height advantage.
Of course, Kill Robin marking him in the box.
Yeah, I was going to mark him the whole time.
There's 2 unmarked
Yeah, on the very
on
back
the
end.
back end, and it's going to be a good one.
And Anthony Mwembia with just a massive save to knock that out. So many times today he's been called on to do that. And it's he has just had to face an onslaught.
Now it's a corner kick for NIU with 2 minutes to go.
Northern Illinois.
Corner kick taken quickly here by NIU. Right off the head of Montemurray. And out of danger. And is that Michael Montemurray going on one-on-one now on the attack? Oh, no, that's Vinny Warner.
Vinny Warner, yep.
Him and Michael Montemurray look very
and
similar.
Charlie Majeski with the ball in open space. He can see a Cale Nichols open wide on the left. Just needs to cross a good ball here. Decides to keep it on the ground. Chris Sullivan
turns it over.
BG's going to look to win back possession here quickly, though.
And that's a nice ball.
Anthony Mwembia will come out. Oh, boy, and has to use his feet outside the box. Anthony Mwembia, very dynamic, decisive goalkeeper. He will give Falcons fans anxiety from time to time, but, boy, he has been reliable tonight.
Does have a yellow card already today, so he's got to be careful.
Yep.
He can't come out in too hard. I think that's what really, normally you would see him come out on that ball, but with the yellow card, he knows that his team can't go down. 40 seconds to go.
It looks like
pending
a booming kick from Anthony Mwembia and some kind of miraculous offensive sequence, we will be headed towards some free soccer, more free soccer.
That's a nice kick there by Mwembia, though.
Yeah, let's see.
Busher
will
couldn't get it on. Under 20 seconds to go now.
Yep.
Now, if I'm NIU, I just kick this ball out. Yep, that'll do it.
8, 7.
That'll
6,
do it for the
5,
second half.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, and after a quick intermission, we will be back for extra time.
Thank you.
We're on it.
I think we do a 5-minute break.
Yeah, they do a 5-minute break, yeah, but I just set it for 10 minutes for the overtime. Change the scoreboard and say OT. Stop. That was, yeah, stop.
Change the what?
Yeah, click the scoreboard and scroll down. So second, say OT. Yeah, make it OT.
Oh, that's sorry. Warm down here. Not really. It ain't warm. The windows are all fucked up.
Is it cold out there? Like, how cold?
Like, really, really cold.
I think I have like an extra.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
And welcome back out here, Cochrane Stadium, heading to overtime.
Quarterfinal of the MAC tournament. And, boy, it's a cold one, and it's a tied one, 1-1. And some offensive onslaught on both ends of the pitch, both the Falcons' goal and the Huskies' goal towards the end of the second half, but no second goal for either team. And it's about 19 degrees here right now, and we are headed into the first overtime. This is golden goal. We're going to play 2 10-minute halves with a 2-minute break in between.
Well, it's 18 degrees actually, but
18,
checking the weather,
yeah, it's gone.
It says it feels like 10 degrees.
Yeah, it feels like 10. I believe it.
Got to start maybe tomorrow. I'm breaking out my overalls.
There you go. The Falcons attacking the southern goal here now. Again, this is golden goal, so a goal will win it for either
Majeski,
side
nice
here.
turn
Majeski
there.
with a nice turn. Another nice turn. Needs some support, though, and will
Gets
kind of
that
play
blocked.
for a rebound. Chris Sullivan will look to try to win it.
Costco played it safe. Was thought about challenging it, but didn't
Yep.
want an opportunity for NIU to go the other way.
Kale Nichols there to cover up that.
And Mwembia's going to get his
Kind of
first
a harmless
touch of
ball.
overtime.
There you go.
Can we meet tomorrow?
The Costco drop it all the way back to Robin. Another rope on the near side. Robo's going to look to send someone. I think it's going to be
Vinny Warner.
Vinny Warner.
He's going to try to maybe take it to that corner. No, he's going to try to dribble out. Charlie Majeski here with the ball.
We can get a hold of somebody down on the field. We got cars shining lights right in the front entryway. I want to close that gate so nobody gets blinded by the light.
Matt Walters there trying to cross the ball in.
Warner. Vinny Warner crossing this in.
There you go. Boy, Kale
Over the
Nichols was
head.
right there, and that'll just be saved and will be Huskies ball.
No, I think she saw it before.
I think she seemed to get up on purpose. Oh, I think Sid was right. We'll find out soon.
That was just what?
One back
Picked off by
Bowling
Jensen
Green.
Lukosky. Zach Fisher needs to
Can't really make an announcement.
find somebody there.
Smart play. Thought about going to the middle. Roble looking to make some runs. Are the Falcons? Can't get it to go.
Now the Huskies have the whole side of this field to work with. Ball over the top.
Roble has time. Finds Lukosky.
Finds a pass.
Right to Walters. Haven't said Matt Walters' name a lot today.
Falcons choosing to move through the middle of the park often.
As you can hear, first time the fans have kind of gotten into this
Sullivan to Lukosky, and he's going to put a ball in a good spot for Chris Sullivan. It's going to have to be dealt with.
Be a throw-in.
I think that'll be a corner. I think it just went out in front. It's going to be a throw-in. It's very close.
Here comes Akil Robin, though.
Yep.
Falcons going to try to end this one. Finds
Akil
ahead of
Robin with a head straight back.
And
Looked like an offside call. Flag goes up.
yeah, it's offsides. Go. It's pretty much just a goal kick though.
Yeah.
For NIU and Martin Sanchez. One there by
Fisher
Bowling
with a
Green.
Great header. It bounces, takes a favorable bounce off Zach Brischer's head. Chris Sullivan sorts the ball, just needs that attack. Kill Nichols on the edge of the box. Chris Sullivan going to head it back over to him. Controlled by the Huskies. Hard foul, but Falcons will play on Zach Bisher to Majeski. Little flick.
That should have been a foul.
Looks like it will be
a
foul
penalty
and given. A penalty kick has been given to the Falcons. And we'll see if they can end it here.
In overtime. Clock stopped at 5:31 left in the first overtime, and it's going to be.
And let's see who lines up to take this.
Majeski.
It looks like it's going to be Majeski.
No, actually, I think it's going to be Akil Robin. Yeah, it's gonna be
BGSU is going to look to advance in this MAC tournament with a penalty right now, which would instantly end this game. Achille Robin from France getting the ball set up, a little pushing and shoving, some mental games as he kicks the ball.
Martin Sanchez trying to get into the head of Robin.
Yeah,
he knows.
it's a little gamesmanship.
And a yellow card has been awarded to him. Yellow card awarded to Martin Sanchez, knowing that if he doesn't save this, it's the end of the season, end of the road for the Huskies.
Yeah, and the Falcons would progress. So looking to keep their season alive with a save here. Yellow card's been announced as Achille Robin steps up to take this penalty.
Whistle blows.
Achille Robin will take this. And that's
Into
the ball
the
game.
Back of the net.
He converts.
Goalie guessed right,
Bowling
too.
Green State Falcons win this quarterfinal MAC game. Players rush onto the field. And your Falcons will win this in 2-1 in overtime. So the Bowling Green State University Falcons defeat the NIU Huskies 2-1 in overtime on an Achille Robin penalty.
Goalie might be hurt.
I think he's upset.
Game.
Hold on. The NIU goalie's coming down.
Friday at 6 o'clock.
At Akron will
Akron.
be the semifinal that BG will play in Akron. A great team, obviously. Game-winning goal, Achille Robin. And tune in to that game, Akron and Bowling Green Friday. Thank you for tuning in, Chip. Thanks for braving the cold up here with me.
Thank you, Steven.
Thanks to everybody in the box and WBGU for getting through this with us. It was a cold one, but happy to bring you this game. And please enjoy more MACtion in the men's MAC tournament. Thank you so much.